Welcome everybody to the Stay True Team call weekly every Thursday night now. Out of habit, I almost said Wednesday, but Thursday nights at 9 o'clock we have these calls. And basically it's to help bring value to you and your business. So that's the goal of these calls. So hopefully we can accomplish that tonight. Before we get started, Beth has an announcement to make.
Gretchen is a diamond coach. Woohoo!
Good job.
Give her props. That's the latest rank announcement or rank advancement.
That's right. So congrats, of course, to Gretchen. That's awesome. I posted earlier today some of our numbers for our personal volume. So everyone keep up the good work there. And the way you make that list, again, just to remind everybody, is if you have over 100 personal volume points each week, or for that given week. So get 90 points for a Shakeology order. So, anything above 100 points is where I start to give recognition for personal volume. And that would be any volume or anything that you personally order through your business center or that a customer of yours orders. So that's where those points come from. So I will continue to do that on a weekly basis here. And so, tonight's call, what I wanted to talk about is fear, okay? I guess it's going to be a mixture of fear and a mixture of toxins or poisons that can affect our business, all right? It's funny, as I'm doing personal development and my readings in the morning, the last couple have been about fear and or what they would call a toxin. So then I turn on a call from another coach that is not in our upline that I follow, and his call that he talked about was on fear and toxins. So I thought, man, this is a sign I might as well do a call on it. So I hope tonight I can bring some kind of value to you. And if you take notes, I'm sure, you're going to find something in here that, you can learn from or that can help you out. So you're going to see me looking down a lot at my paper because I took a bunch of notes, and I'll go ahead and get started. So basically the first part we're going to talk about is focusing more on new coaches. Okay. And so these are new coaches, or if you are an existing coach that's been around a while and are just now getting more serious or starting your coaching business back up, then that is, this will apply to you as well. So the first one is during the takeoff phase. So this is a phase when it's the time when you're ramping up, you're starting to build your list, you have a list going, your momentum's starting to move forward, and it's kind of like the takeoff phase. So you're flying down the, full throttle down the runway. And some of the poisons or fears that a lot of new coaches or existing coaches may face during this time is just maybe the fear of not knowing enough, feeling like they don't know enough to get started, fear that maybe they're second guessing the system that we have in place because maybe the first 5 or 10 people that they talked to were hesitant or said no, something to that nature. And so, ultimately it can come down to a fear of what other people will think of you. And, it is something new that you're trying. And if the people that are close to you aren't supporting you, then, that can be difficult. And that's why as you grow in your coaching business and in your personal development, what you'll realize or start recognizing is that your immediate surrounding or group of friends will start to change. And you may not notice it because it's as you develop and you become stronger as a person and your confidence grows and your belief in the Beachbody business grows, then all of a sudden, 4 or 5 years down the road, like, how far I'm into it, you're going to look around and you're going to say, man, the people I interact with the most on a daily basis are positive people. And, you start to notice that you just instinctively, you start to surround yourself with like-minded positive people. And, I value the relationships that I used to have with other people, but now that I'm moving forward and, I don't want to say leaving them behind by any means, but, we all change, and you'll start to notice that you're around a different core group of people. And, that's the importance of giving that positive affirmation and support. I mean, that's why I want you guys to get on these calls, why I want you guys to get on the national wake up calls, and, find all the support, attend the meetings, reach out to people on our Stay True page, and just start to form new relationships with other coaches who are going through the same thing that you're going through or have gone through it and can help you. So, basically when you're starting to work, you'll really start working your business. And I saw this, or I continue to see this, you'll start to really work your business when the belief that you have in our products and everything, with Beachbody and the fitness and Shakeology, when you start to see those produce results, then you're going to start to have belief, because they're going to outweigh the fears that you have or the lack of confidence that you had in the products. Okay, so number 2, self-doubt or negative self-doubt. So this is that little nagging negative voice, the good angel, bad angel. Gretchen has this bigger bad angel on her shoulder. No.
Hers is a clown.
Right, hers is a clown. That's behind the pillar behind you, by the way. But anyway, this is a battle between the negative and the positive. And it's true. It's so true. You just start to doubt yourself, and you start to hear things. And I've experienced this so many times where I start to hear, I don't want to say that to them. People aren't going to like that post, or people are getting sick of my post, or people will talk about me in my pictures if I post my before and after pictures. But, speaking of that, I mean, if you haven't posted your before and after pictures, Gretchen, thumbs up or down if posting your before and after is a good idea? Thumbs up, absolutely. I mean, Heather, thumbs up. That is going to get results. It's going to connect with people. And so, that's where you truly need to realize that the people that are going to cut you down and knock you down, you don't need them in your life, right? You want to be there for the people that you can help, be there for the people that you can inspire. And that's truly, the whole purpose of, working on yourself and being a coach to help inspire others. So, there's that whole 20 seconds of fear that you need to overcome before you hit that post button. But, just do it and be there, inspire other people. And, there's a reason you're on this call tonight. You said yes to getting on the call. There's a reason why you're a coach. You said yes to getting on, to becoming a coach. And none of this happened by accident. You made the choice, you made the decision, the positive decision to better yourself and, not settle for less, and just go after your goals in your life without having other people's opinions affect those. So I just want to, give you encouragement and thank you again for getting on the call tonight and participating. So, when it comes down to which voice are you going to listen to that's in your head, it's your choice. You have a choice, and whichever one you start to listen to more, that's what you're going to start to believe. And so I just encourage you to start listening to the positive voices in your head. Okay. You should hear things like, yes, you can, or let's go do this. We can get this done. Things like that, so that, you're not hearing the negative. Okay. Number 3 for new coaches, or really for all of us, I guess, is the comfort. Okay. Comfort, or rather the fear of becoming uncomfortable. And this one was huge for me. All right. This is one of those deals where you're sitting there, I'm working a 40-hour week, work 40 hour per week job. The pay's good. Why would I change anything? What's in it that, is better than what I'm doing? And you just kind of settle for the mediocrity, or I have a job, I'm okay, I'm not going to do anything to disrupt that, because it's comfortable. We like to have comfort and be comfortable. I think it's unfortunately, I think it's one of our natural human instincts is to move or gravitate towards being comfortable. But I think it really changes, or I really noticed a change for me when, if you keep the mindset of I want to do this versus I have to do this, then it's going to be hard to grow. It's going to be hard to grow your business. But if you start thinking in the mindset of I have to do this, then that's when your business is going to move forward. And that looks different to some people. Okay. It's, it became an I have to do this on November 1st when I didn't have a job anymore, this past November. Now, fortunately for me, I had already started the mentality of I have to do this because I love doing the Beachbody business, working the business, helping other people. And so for the past 2 years, I've been a coach for 4, but I would say the past 2 years, I've been working it consistently. And, the I want to has become an I have to. And when it does, it's amazing how much more focus you have, your intentions, how much more focused they become on. You start evaluating, what am I doing with my time? Am I watching TV? Am I on Netflix or, searching on YouTube? What are you doing with your time? So, I would encourage you to start to pick up the mentality of I have to instead of I want to. And we see this a lot. I mean, if you just talk to people and we're talking now still talking about comfort, and you ask somebody, hey, that you haven't seen in a while, hey, how's it going? What's going on? Anything new? And, the common response is, oh, nothing much, just the same old work, go to work, come home, kids' schedules, it's busy. And it's like, yeah, that's somebody that is comfortable. They're just kind of in the monotony of, here I'm going through my day, go to work, whatever. Whereas, I would encourage you to step out of that comfort, do things that maybe the average person isn't doing, and try to better yourself and grow this into an income level that you can just continue to step out of your comfort zone. And I saw this quote on Instagram. It was a couple weeks ago, and I may not have it exactly right because I was trying to remember it. I couldn't find it again, but it went something to the tune of rock bottom has created more champions than privilege ever has. And I thought, we may not have to be at rock bottom, but if we work our business and try to reach out to as many people as we can, as if we are at rock bottom. And, I don't want to sound like in an act of desperation, but just with that focus, with those intentions, then I really think that, that'll open up the doors to helping more people and really help us to grow and expand our business. Okay. So number 4, the lack of skill or fear that we don't have the skill set to do this. And this is the easiest one to fix because we can learn as we go. All right. And I always think about, when I think about an example in my life, is when I was a kid, I was learning how to skateboard. All right. And so I'd get on the skateboard and I'd go down the sidewalk, and I quickly learned that I can't put all my weight or a lot of my weight on my front foot. One night I was skateboarding, I hit a crack and I flew forward off the skateboard. I bloodied up my face, had scrapes down my nose, my forehead, the chin. And, I quickly learned that as I was developing the skill set to skateboard, that I don't want to put all my weight on my front foot, right? You have to balance it and put it more on the back foot when you see a crack, things like that. So, the solution to that is repetition. So, we have systems in place for you guys to utilize, to plug into. And, the solution to this fear is truly time and repetition. Okay. You're going to get better. You're going to be more comfortable, but you have to be consistent. You have to consistently show up on these calls, consistently get on the national wake up calls, go to our Super Saturdays. And, don't think that when you're working, or don't think work is watching somebody else work or learning how somebody else is working. Okay. Because truly, when you look at what the top coaches are doing, they're doing the vital behaviors. All right. There's no secret formula out there. There's nothing more that you need to learn other than just start doing it. Okay. Because you can go and you can study all the top coaches you want to, but until you start doing it, nothing's going to change for you. So, let's see. Yeah. So, okay. Number 5, lack of direction. And so this would be hindered by the fear of being a self-starter. So basically, this one I can totally relate to, because my first 2 years of being a coach, that was my excuse, is that, I was waiting around for somebody to show me the way. I was waiting for somebody to show me how to do this, how to do things, how to be a leader, how to email people, what to email people, what call should I get on. I mean, I jumped from different team calls to different team calls, reached out to people, said, hey, can I get on your team calls? Sure. Or they'd say no, whatever, so a lack of direction. And the thing about that is that I eventually realized, okay, I need to take ownership of this. Nobody's going to show me. No one's going to keep telling me what to do. It just wasn't happening. It wasn't going to happen. So I was seeking out the solutions for the issues that I was dealing with. And don't rely on others to do it for you or show you the way. Sure, we are a team, guys. We're here for you and to support you. But if you reach out to us and we don't get back to you immediately or something, don't just stop there. Keep pushing, keep trying to find the answers that you're looking for. There's basically the past couple months, I feel the information that we have gathered for you guys in the past couple months from some of the top coaches in the company and the things we put together, this, sneak peek, the emails to the three emails to the new coach for new coaches, Anita's scripts for reaching out to customers, steps 2 through 5, which when you look at it, and I broke it down today, there's actually probably 9 steps or 8 or 9 steps in there, but it's just a general idea. We've got systems in place now. You just need to plug into them and repetitively use them and see how they work. And that's what's going to get you to the top. Okay. So I can't force you. I can't push you to do it. You've got to take action and do that on your own. All right. So you'll see on state and in the team page, I created a document. It's basically me asking you guys for topics that you would like to discuss. All right. Now, these topics that I just went through, the first 5, there's more coming up here in a minute, but the first 5, each one of these we could focus more in detail on. So if something in one of the things that we just spoke about triggered your thoughts or you have more questions on, go into that document in the files and just click on it and just add a topic and maybe a description of what you want to learn more about. Okay. So that was for new coaches or for coaches starting out again. And basically the next category is going to be for, coaches who have been around, I don't know, maybe 6 months or more. And these are going to be talking about more toxins than fears, really. So basically the first one we're going to talk about is contentment. That maybe you have more than what you need. Maybe you have, it's a whole content with comfort type idea. So some of us might not be working our business because we already have the comforts that we wanted, or we've reached a goal. Maybe we've reached emerald and, that's all we wanted to do, which I hope not. I hope you're trying to go to diamond and 1-star and 2-star and 3-star. So it's easy to become content when you are comfortable. So I would encourage you to, get rid of that contentment, set new goals, look at what you're doing and make changes to what you're doing in order to achieve those goals. The second one I'm going to talk about is inconsistency. And this is simply a toxin that can strike your business where, you have a great couple of months and you're on a roll and then all of a sudden you disappear. Do not do this. Okay. Take my word for it. Don't do it. That's what I did my first 2 years in the coaching business. And, if I was one that focused on the past and let myself get brought down by the past, then I would probably be on medication and everything else, because so many of the coaches that I started with 4 years ago, a couple of them locally here, Chris Baumert's one of them, just hit the Millionaires Club, Tommy Migrant Millionaires Club. And so it's things like that I see, and it's like, daggone it, if I would have just kept with them and stayed consistent and kept showing up to their meetings and kept doing everything that I learned at their meetings, then I would be in a whole different ballpark right now as far as my goals and, you know, my attainment of my goals. Okay, so number 3 is comparison. And, you know, everyone runs their own race. Everyone gets to the finish line. Some of them do it differently than others. And the big thing, you know, this is one of the worst things that you can do, because what happens when we compare yourselves to other people is that you're going to compare yourself to somebody that you may be doing better than. And when you do that and you make that comparison, you're going to think, oh, okay, well, I'm doing better than them, you know, or at least I'm doing better than them. And then what happens? Then you become content, right? Because you're doing better than one other person or a couple other people. But you know, if you look at it the opposite way, if you look at somebody who is growing their business and flourishing and doing really well and helping 10 times as many people as you are, and you compare yourself to them, then it's easy to get off track, because, you know, you're sitting there and you're thinking, man, success, you know, I should be doing that. I should have that success. And then it's a woulda, coulda, shoulda idea. So when you look around at it all, I mean, somebody will always be a better speaker than you. Somebody will always be better looking than you. Somebody will always just have an edge on you in one category or another. So when you start comparing yourselves to people, what other coaches are doing, their success, I tell you, put the blinders on, focus on the tools you have in front of you, learn them, use them, execute them, and you got it. It's going to work. You're going to have an awesome business and growing an awesome business. So, you know, when the solution to this comparison and everything, always at the end of the month, at the end of the week, whatever it might be, you know, just ask yourself, did I do my best? Okay. Could I have done something different? And if so, what are you going to do to change that? Okay. So I don't want you guys to dwell on it, but we do need to learn from those feelings and those thoughts of, if you know that you could have done something better, what was it? And how are you going to do it better the next time? So the 4th one that we're going to talk about is loss of vision. So again, I mentioned this a little bit earlier. You lose your vision because you get to Emerald or you get to Diamond. So you stop setting your goals, or you get to Success Club 5 or 10 for the month and you stop. You stop trying to get to, if you've hit 5, then you all of a sudden you grow comfortable. I'm guilty of it. And the sense of urgency and that gulp in my throat, I mean, once I get to 5, it goes away a little bit, right? And then my goal is every month to get to 10. And I think that getting to 5 is only halfway there. So I need to keep that in mind and just look at my goals again and realize I'm not there yet. I need to keep working hard. I need to get to where I want to get. And, you know, so it falls back into the whole being too comfortable. So if you lose sight of where you want to go and how bad you want to get there, then, you know, you lose sight of your vision. And I mean, even the good book tells us in Proverbs, a man who lacks vision shall perish. So if you're not setting goals and you don't have your eye on a bigger prize, then, you know, your business could definitely, it's going to feel the effects. It's not going to be a good effect. All right, number 5, belief, or you lose faith. Okay, so we start to believe the thoughts that go through our heads, because, you know, let's face it, we hear no's, you know, we get no's a lot more than we hear yeses. Would everyone agree? This is kind of a wake-up check too. So everyone checks their head or shakes their head and wakes up, gets the blood flowing. So basically, you know, we're hearing a lot of no's. And so you can start to believe this is never going to happen for me. My volume will never get there. I'm never going to have 2,000 coaches in my downline. I mean, those are things that you just start to believe from just the disbelief that you have, or just the everyday battle that you face as far as hearing no's. And, you know, this is when we really just need to stop that madness. I caught myself this morning thinking just down this road of, I doubt this, I don't think about that. And then I had said, all right, Glenn, stop. Just stop going there. Go this way and start speaking and thinking, I am, I can, we are, let's do this, let's go. And, it truly does. All of a sudden, you'll start feeling a switch in your mind. And it's like, okay, yeah, all right, I'm going to get this done now. And I think that's something that we need to look at is, we need to celebrate every little task that we do throughout the day. Okay. And if it's on your checklist and you get to check that off because you completed it, celebrate that. Just tell yourself, good job, good job, Glenn. That's, it's small, it's little, but you know what? It's something I accomplished. And as you do that, the snowball effect's going to happen, and you're going to start getting a lot more done, and you're going to be a lot happier about getting it done. And I know this from experience when I used to go in calling on doctors' offices and in my sales, medical device world, is that even if we don't say negative things, but we're thinking negative things, it still stinks. People smell it on you. People can see it in you. They see it in the way you're carrying yourself. You don't have your swag on that day, whatever it might be. But right, we don't want to stink, right? Nobody in here wants to stink. So just if you're having that negative talk in your own head, be sure that you switch that off and get back to thinking positive. Okay, lack of leadership under you. Not above you, but under you, okay? So you blame your lack of success on your downline not doing anything. All right, this could be an example of that. And, I believe that we can only lead people as far as we have gone. So if we're not doing what we need to do to be successful in this business, and, if we're not at a certain level in this business, then how can you hold somebody else accountable that you brought into the business to do better if you yourself aren't pulling them forward, if you're not leading them into battle and showing them what to do by setting the example, by getting Success Club 5, trying to get, Success Club 10, signing on new coaches, signing in new customers. So I truly believe that as a leader, you can only bring your team as far as you have gone. So trust me, I want all of you to be bigger than 2-star. So I'm trying my best to get to 5, to get to 10, whatever I can. So then, you guys can go. But if one of you wants to pass me, go for it. That's awesome. So, there's the whole thing that great coaches can create great players. And so, that's going to happen over time. You're going to be able to create more great coaches beneath you. And my encouragement there, my advice there is just to keep leading by example. Okay. The whole visual of it, if you have a string laid out on a table, it's, and what happens if you push the string from behind, it just folds up and doesn't go anywhere. Right. But if you go to the other side of it and you lead by example, and you put your finger on the string and pull it across the table because you're leading it across the table, it follows, right? It's going to follow your finger wherever you put it. So that's the same thing with leadership. All right. Number 7, dissension and division on your team. This would be like rumors, hate or jealousy, negative talk among team members, things like that. All these will cause cracks to form on the ground beneath us ultimately. So, we need to be aware of that. And, I've dealt with that a lot over the past 4 years, and it does suck. And what it does is it takes your focus and your time and your energy, and really can be emotionally draining when you're trying to, put out a fire with somebody, or, try to take care of a problem and put Band-Aids on things. So my encouragement there for this one is to, just approach people, put the fire out as soon as possible. Okay. If there's an issue, if you have an issue, then just approach the person. If they don't respond, there's been people I've approached and I haven't heard back from, and it's like, okay, you know what? That's on them. I've done my part. I reached out to them. I approached them. If they don't want to get back to me, then I can't say anything about that. That's not my business there. So, I always tell Beth, just, take it off your lap, put it in their lap, and then, or put the ball in their court, so to speak. But just, you'll feel a sense of relief when you do that. And, it'll just create a better environment for you and for us as a team, essentially. Okay. Number 8, and this is the last one. So it's I deserve to be fill in your blank. Okay. So really, when you think about I deserve, I hate the saying I deserve. That's different from I've earned. Okay. So I deserve, you don't deserve anything. You deserve what you have. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Okay. You are where you are because of what you've done and the decisions you've made. It's not that you deserve Success Club 5 or you deserve Success Club 10 or anything like that. You don't deserve anything. You need to earn things. No one deserves anything. It's just one of those things that I struggle with, when I hear people say, oh, I deserve this or that. It's like, why? No, you don't. You are where you're at because of what you've done. So, I'm guilty of this though. It's like, man, I could sit here and say, I deserve to be in the Millionaires Club because I started coaching when they did. No, I don't. I didn't earn it. So I'm where I'm at because of that. But if you want to get further ahead, if you want to, get out of that mindset of deserving, then you just need to get smarter about what you're doing, be more consistent about your business, and work with focus and intention. Don't let things derail you. Just stay focused and keep setting new goals. So basically, just to summarize everything in this business, guys, it's very true. When you look at this business, we all start with nothing in this business. We all start with a big goose egg 0, right? And it's one of the most fair business models in the entire world is this business. I mean, everyone, can learn this business. No, it's not a hard business to learn, but the difference between you and the top coach in the company is that they're doing the actions and they're taking action and they're doers. Okay. And so basically, it's basically up to you to, humble yourself enough to learn the system, to not try things your own way, because I did that also for 2 years. I tried doing things my own way because I was this top sales rep in some orthopedic company. And all of a sudden, I come into this thinking I'm going to rock it. I'm going to apply the same things that I knew from my sales with the orthopedic company. And I sucked. I didn't get anywhere for 2 years. I basically sat at Emerald for 2 years. And I mean, Emerald barely. It was in and out of Emerald because I thought I had a better way. I didn't. And until I bit that bullet and humbled myself and said, okay, I'm going to do it like everyone's telling me to. That's when I started having success. So everyone can do this. Like I said, the only difference is between us and those that are the top coaches is who's taking the action and who's doing more action steps. So, as I think about all these topics, and I've been learning about them and reading about them the last really, I guess week with the personal development and what I've been running into. It's one of those things that I can talk about these because they all hit home for me. I've been through all of these. I experience all of the, a lot of these still, maybe not on a daily basis, but, they still show up in my business or show up between my ears here in my mind. And I think it's really just important that we can identify, what is holding you back and are you going to take action on that? So if I'm going to give you guys homework. Okay. Now it's not going to be due. This is you taking action. Okay. If you want to better yourself, then out of this list of 13 or 12 or 13 topics that we talked about, if one of them stood out to you, then I encourage you. I know all of them stood out to me because I've gone through every one of them, but take a look at them and really think about, what's holding you back? What's holding you back in your business? Does one stand out more than any of the others? Then take that one, focus on it, and do some personal development to overcome that. And basically, I'll end with this quote from Tommy Migrant, and he basically says, "Put your desire in front of your fears and your doubts." And when you put your desire in front of your fears and your doubts, then that's going to drive you and that's going to help you to grow your business. So that is all I have for tonight, guys. It is 9:37, not too bad. I thought that was going to take longer than it did. So I will open it up to any questions if anyone has any questions. Let me go ahead and unmute you guys. Jennifer, I'm gonna mute you. You saw that coming, didn't
Just
you?
raise your hand if you want to talk.
There you go. Okay. So does anyone have any questions or comments, or did anything stand out to you? No. All right. Well, I recorded this call, so if you guys, need to re-listen to it, I know I flew through a lot of this stuff, then you can do that. And I will post it in the team page. One more announcement. If you are interested in participating in the event that Gretchen, for Emily's Sparkle Race, right?
Oh, Sparkle Sprint.
Sparkle Sprint, I'm sorry, yeah. I couldn't think of the name of it. I was sitting here trying to jog my memory if you couldn't tell. But if you're interested in participating in that, please let us know ASAP. I'm going to put a post in the team page as well. And so just a reminder, just message us. You don't have to post anywhere, but just message us if you're in or out. So I will talk to you guys later.
And there's a coach sneak peek that starts Monday if you have anybody.
Yep, coach sneak peek on Monday. So, all right, guys, I will talk to you later. Thanks for getting on.
Bye.